Hello, good morning. Welcome to Utico Engineering Services, the house plan market. Like I always say, this platform is designed to analyze our house construction activities, the area that we feel homeowners needs to benefit from. There's some certain things that we do at the site or certain things that people does at the site that you need to learn from, so that if you have the opportunity to build or to manage a site, you should have basic knowledge of what needs to be done at a particular stage. If you are just coming across this video for the first time, let me use this opportunity to introduce what you are seeing directly on the screen, what you are watching. This is a 5-bedroom duplex apartment with a penthouse. Last time I talked about the farm work activities, okay, right from the deck stage up to the block work, things that needs to be done concerning regarding the block work, things that we need to understand, stage by stage process of the house construction activities up to the lintel level. Today I want to introduce us to the lintel form work, the lintel work as it is. Most times we normally take the lintel work as though not really important, but it's it's an activity on house construction that we cannot really avoid. Like I said before, if you are joining me for the first time, please feel free to go back to others of our videos and watch other series so that you can get more insight of what we are discussing about this particular project. Apart from that, if you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Share this video, because you never can tell who will be benefiting from it. Be that as it may, let me define the term lintel in a way that homeowners and those involved in house construction activities will clearly understand it. Lintel, as the name implies, is a structural member or a structural beam that is designed or used to place across the top of a window or door in order to carry the load above it. So the question is it good to have a chain lintel on our building structure, or is there any implication when you are having a chain lintel on a building structure? Fine. From analysis or from simple site investigation, if you are building a bungalow unit as it is, for me, because in bungalow you discover that there no much position for columns, for pillars. Let me use the word pillars or columns, whichever way you understand it. Okay, if you now introduce a lintel, that is, you want to introduce lintel for to chain all the walls round, you might be posing some challenges or some excessive load on the wall, because there is no column or there's no pillar that will support the lintel to carry the load to the foundation. So what it means is that the wall will be carrying the load directly from the lintel, and that can create a very severe effect on your walls, especially if you are building a bungalow. Most of our builders, they believe that if you are chaining your lintel on a bungalow unit, is going to be adding to the strength or the rigidity of the structure. Yes, it will, but the side effect is that it's going to be adding more load on the walls. So if you have a walls that is not of good quality, and you are putting a lintel load of 9 inches by 9 inches, depending on the block wall, okay, to carry the load or to transfer that load of the lintel to the wall, because if you don't have a pillar on those wall, definite on the on each side of the wall, for a bungalow unit, definitely means that the block wall is going to be carrying the load from the lintel. And what does that mean? It means that you are likely to see cracks on the wall. Okay, that is number one. Number two, the cost, okay, of using chain lintel all over the block wall for a bungalow unit is going to be high, because there's no really need for it, because it's not really doing any work. The ideal work for a lintel is to take care of the doors and the window unit. But if you are of the view, or you are of the opinion that the lintel needs to go round, well, I will advise you to introduce column at strategic point, so that they will be able to assist the lintel to carry the load to the foundation. You see, now if you are building a bungalow unit and you want to introduce too many columns just because you want to carry the lintel load, then you will discover that you are going to be wasting much money in doing that. But if you are doing a story building where you know you have columns already existing, fine. If you want to go just like the duplex you are watching now, if you want to go for lintel, for chain lintel, it is good, because it's going to be adding to the strength or to the rigidity of the structure. Although it might be adding more load to the columns, but if the columns, if they are properly designed, the load should be able to transfer to the foundation. So the point I'm making here is that for bungalow structure, and even in most duplex structure, there is really no need for lintel all over the walls. The areas of consideration should be on our windows and our doors, and areas where the pillar or the columns will be able to support the lintel load. If you observe closely, you will notice that our house construction, this particular one now, is carrying a horizontal cantilever slab design, which is connected to the lintel. So it therefore means that our lintel work will be designed in a way that it will serve as a beam and not really a lintel. So one thing about construction is that if you see a house design of type A today, it does not mean that if you want to construct another house tomorrow, you basically need to use that particular design or concept. Okay, but in Nigeria, I've observed that, I don't know the reason, but I think I would believe that is because Most of our builders, they are just all about copy and paste. What they see in structure A is exactly what they want to do in structure B. This is not supposed to be so. While we are connecting our lintel wall to some extent in this particular house construction, is because we want to give strength to the cantilever slab, all right, so that at the end of the day we will have no cause for any failure in that zone or in the cantilever area. Outside that, there's really no need for us to have our lintel running all over the place, because I strongly believe that it's only going to be adding more load to the column or the block wall. In building construction, what we what we consider more is how we can reduce the load on the structure as the structure is going up and up. So if you have a lintel at the ground floor, chain all round, as you are going up, it is important you take note that there's need for you to reduce it. Okay, if it is possible for you not to chain all your lintel round, it is better for you. But if there's any reason why you need to chain your lintels, that should be your own personal opinion. But one thing I need to advise here is that for builders, bricklayers, and maybe homeowners that are carrying out their house construction activities themselves, it is very important to understand the analysis of structures. If you are doing something that you don't really understand, please engage the services of an engineer. There is a case that I was called upon at I think nearby states, I think Imo State precisely. So they sent me the photos of the walls. I discovered that the walls is like crushing. So I asked the builder, the person in charge, what really happened, and he said he doesn't know, but I think he's thinking it's failure. I say, how will it be failure? Let me really understand. At the end of the day, after paying our consultation fee, I got to the site and I saw things myself. When I look at the deformation of those blocks, I discovered that there's nothing wrong with the structure structurally, but the problem is with the application, especially the lintel. I discovered that the structure was a frame structure, everything was okay, but at the end of the day, where they are supposed to run partitions block, okay, they now introduce a beam where it is not necessary. I asked him the question, why all this beam? They said because they want to put the door, this, that. I said, okay, fine. Even if you want to put the door, why do you need to run it all along the walls? See, this is where your problem is coming from. If you must run this all along the walls, then you should be able to introduce a beam, or sorry, a column or a pillar that will carry the load. Because you are not doing this, that's why you're having this crunch effect on those blocks. The only so at the end of the day, ask what is the solution to the problem. The solution is introduce a pillar, because right now you cannot demolish everything you've done. All you need to do is to introduce a pillar at this point, so as to be able to withstand the load or collect the load from the lintel to the floor. So as soon as you finish doing that, that structure becomes safe again. So the point I'm trying to make here is that lintel are strictly for the purpose of our windows and doors areas. Anything outside that, it should be based on the design concept, the load that is coming on the lintel. What is the effect? What do you want to achieve by doing that? Okay, so uh, if you are very clear with what I've explained so far, please, like I said before, I'll be working on the beam by next week. Yeah, there are lots to talk about the beam, because in this part of our country, most times if you watch very well, you discover that we don't even have the roof beam any longer on our structure. This is so alarming, and this is something that I can't really believe, but I think I need to discuss more about the roof beam in my next video. But before then, I hope you enjoy watching this video, and I hope my explanation, they are simple, they are clear, and I believe that you benefit from it. Thank you and God bless you. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this video, or if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please try and subscribe. Outside subscribing, click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload new video, you will definitely be notified of what is going on my platform. This platform is not just all about construction, but sometimes we go into some things that you need to understand, like the sometimes maybe in the future I'll be treating about dampness on our houses, cracks on our buildings, and so many other construction issues that you need to know and learn from or gain from. If you have comments, please do drop your comment on the comment section. I i will try and address issues, and if you have any suggestion that will improve what we are doing here, please still let us know. It is very important we work as a team. Thank you so much for watching up to this time. God bless you. Goodbye and have a nice day.